For me, there's a simple rule in politics. Never, ever be surprised by what happens in politics.
The face of truth is open. The eyes of truth are bright. The lips of truth are ever closed. The head of truth is upright. The breast of truth stands forward. The gaze of truth is straight. Truth has neither fear nor doubt. Truth has patience to wait. The words of truth are touching. The voice of truth is deep. The law of truth is simple. All you sow, you reap. The soul of truth is flaming. The heart of truth is warm. The mind of truth is clear and firm through rain and storm. Facts are only its shadow. Truth stands above all sin. Great be the battle of life. Truth in the end shall win. The image of truth is the cross. Wisdom's message is its rod. The sign of truth is Christ, and the soul of truth is God. Life of truth is eternal. Immortal is its past. Power of truth shall endure. Truth shall hold to the last.
I don't have to tell you things are bad. Everybody knows things are bad. It's a depression. Everybody's out of work or scared of losing their job. The dollar buys a nickel's worth. Banks are going bust. Shopkeepers keep a gun under the counter. Punks are running wild in the street, and there's nobody anywhere who seems to know what to do, and there's no end to it. We know the air is unfit to breathe, and our food is unfit to eat. We sit watching our TVs while some local newscaster tells us that today we had 15 homicides and 63 violent crimes, as if that's the way it's supposed to be. We know things are bad, worse than bad. They're crazy. It's like everything everywhere is going crazy, so we don't go out anymore. We sit in the house, and slowly the world we're living is getting smaller, and all we say is, please, at least leave us alone in our living room. Let me have my toaster and my TV and my steel-belted radios, and I won't say anything. Just leave us alone. Well, I'm not going to leave you alone. I want you to get mad. I don't want you to protest. I don't want you to riot. I don't want you to write to your congressman because I wouldn't know what to tell you to write. I don't know what to do about the depression and the inflation and the Russians and the crying in the street. All I know is that first, you've got to get mad. You've got to say, I'm a human being. God damn it. My life has value.
The number of homicides recorded for this year has increased to 74. Hello, everyone. Welcome to another edition of the world's most monitored talk show, and that is NewsSpin on Power 97.9 FM. The broadcast is also on the NewsSpin Facebook page as well as the NewsSpin YouTube channel. My name is Timothy Poleon. We go up until 2 o'clock this afternoon with your calls at 452-2979, WhatsApp calls and messages 716-2026, and Amanda will be going through some of your comments in the chat room. I know it's not good news, but we are getting all set to bring the curtains down on this season's NewsSpin program. Our last show is on Thursday of this week. In a moment, we'll focus on the island recording yet another homicide. That's a trend which certainly has prevailed during the course of this year. One that is unenviable, one certainly that has put us in a bad light, that has certainly sullied our reputation. We are, for a small nation, almost the murder capital of the Caribbean. But more on that in a bit. Pure mischief. Pure mischief. And although today is cabinet, I don't know if the Prime Minister of St. Lucia is on island, but he ought to take note, because somehow the impression is being given that he is aiding and abetting the behavior of some of his ministers, unruly behavior. In some cases, childish behavior as well, and in the process being mischievous. You would recall a few weeks ago I made reference to the housing minister addressing a particular issue on his talk show. Can I help you? That was a particular Thursday. And he made reference to me and some employees of his ministry. I was in their company. And it is still a free country. You are still free to associate with fellow citizens. You know, and there needs to be a kind of civil reclamation in this country, where if we believe that we are losing our rights, if we're losing some of our freedoms, we need to reclaim them, because it appears that we have lost those liberties that are guaranteed to us under the island's constitution. Freedom of association is one such thing. And so the minister, Richard Frederick, last Thursday took to his program again, and he tied my presence with the employees of his ministry and also opposition Senator Dominic Fede was also there. He tied it with an ongoing controversy involving the issuance of contracts, I think for the construction of burial tombs in the Miku North constituency. Now, what can I tell you about that particular situation? I have received no documents that would indicate any act of corruption or reference to what is now in social media, what is being discussed by certain people in the society. And you certainly can bear witness to me not addressing that particular issue on this broadcast, because if I can't prove it, rest assured, I will not delve into it. If I do not have documentary evidence, I will not be casting aspersion. I have been there before, and I understand how the system works. And, you know, I have gone through certain experiences that I am ensuring that if I have any control over how things operate, that I would not be going down that road anymore. But there are certain times when it is just unavoidable. So the impression is being given that by being in the company of those employees of the Ministry of Housing, somehow documentary evidence was given to me. Documents was given to me. I could only speak for myself, when that clearly is not the case. A no-no. But to my amazement, and I'm only going to address this issue now because certain things have come to my attention. To my amazement, the minister has attached a particular label to those employees. Certain description, very, very derogatory, very insulting. Those are your workers. They are employed in your ministry. And there's a photograph in circulation on social media. And that photograph shows that, yes, I was there in the presence of the two housing ministry employees or staff, along with another young lady and also Dominic Fede. We're there having several discussions on a range of things, nothing to do, one, with politics, and nothing to do with the operations of the Ministry of Housing. A free country. You are free to associate. And if you don't have a guilty conscience, you cannot use that as evidence that the Ministry of Housing staff are providing me with any kind of documents pertaining to the work of the ministry. But he goes on to insult the employees, his own staff. And I just play this. This is what he said. And this is all over social media, and operatives of the government are making hay out of this. It's one big joke, but in time you'll understand that this is very, very serious, and it has implications for many people.
So you all employ 2 sushi girls from my ministry. The 2 sushi girls will do anything for sushi. And they'll even sell their souls for sushi. Some time ago, the sushi girls were at rituals with Dominic Fede and Timothy Poleon. So you all employ 2 sushi girls from my ministry. The 2 sushi girls will do anything for sushi. And they'll even sell their souls for sushi. Some time ago, the sushi girls were at rituals with Dominic Fede and Timothy Poleon.
Now, the women in leadership positions in this country, particularly in the cabinet that is led by Philip J. Pierre, you think this is acceptable? Mondi Lewis, is this acceptable behavior? Lisa Jawayer, is this something that we should tolerate in our country? Do you believe that this would be acceptable in Barbados, in Jamaica, even Trinidad and Tobago? Do you think that that kind of behavior should be deemed as permissible, accepted standards, the kind of decorum that you want to emulate? And so, my information is, this is no laughing matter, you know. It is no laughing matter. You're going to take it as a joke? Go ahead. There is a reward out to find who these individuals are. And can you imagine those people being accosted? Can you imagine those people coming under physical attack in our current environment in St. Lucia? Anything can happen. Those people could be the next victim or victims of a homicide, just on the basis of a suspicion and spurious allegations that are being made, not by an ordinary citizen, you know, but by an attorney and a government minister. What kind of signal are we sending out there to citizens and ordinary citizens in our country? That behaviors that are unacceptable become the norm, become something that we tolerate in our country. And just imagine the level of hypocrisy in our country. When people would mount certain platform and would accuse other individuals of not sticking to the issues and engaging in name calling and devaluing women in our country and not sticking to the substance of certain matters. Do you believe that that is something that should be dominating our airwaves right now, dominating social media, when nearly every other day in this country, we are recording a homicide. If it's not the victim, somebody is succumbing to the injuries, you have somebody being shot and injured. Bad roads. Our roads are in a deplorable state. But our government ministers, in this case, a government minister, what is he talking about? So if anything untoward were to happen to those individuals who have been given a certain description, certain title, you know what would have precipitated this or caused this to happen. We move on. The island has recorded another homicide. And this occurred just after 11 o'clock on Sunday morning. And this is in the Waterworks Road area in Castries. The latest victim identified as 43-year-old Vernon Auguste, better known as Fat Dog of Bois-Patat, Castries. Other information, there's a second shooting in the area, and this one occurred last evening at 11:45. We have a serious problem on our hands, which must be seriously tackled. And the government, along with the cabinet of ministers, they must use their energy, expend their energies to address those critical issues that are proving detrimental to the entire St. Lucian society and has implications for us psychologically, economically, and otherwise. Let us focus on those important matters. Another issue, bad roads. In nearly every section of our St. Lucian society, this is what that is in style right now. Bad roads, deplorable roads, damaging people's vehicles. And for us to remember, the infrastructure minister, Stephenson King, blamed it on the rain. Sun, rain, or sunshine, we just have to continue to try to navigate our way through craters in our streets, on our streets, or in our streets. Sometimes even in the capital, Castries, there's a crater somewhere on Miku Street. And as if it just surfaces, it just surprises you. I don't even think we have a Ministry of Infrastructure anymore. Because if we had one, rest assured, they certainly would have been embarking upon a course of action to bring some kind of relief to road users in this country. Here is a very frustrated woman complaining about the deplorable state of Chaussee Road.
I don't know when last y'all passed on the show say good morning St. Lucia, because I myself, I so fed up you. Every morning that's a route that I use to take my daughter to school. You AP Saka Kwaze, my little car and mashing up my little vehicle on the Chaussee Road. Wasco or whoever the contractor is, or whoever the contractors are in St. Lucia, y'all getting your contracts to do the roads, to do whatever y'all have to do in the country. Do it in a speedily fashion. I went to my mechanic. They tell me something about my wheel bearing and my steering disc, and they have to build my rack back. They have to do this. My vehicle in a mess. The roads are deplorable. The conditions. It's not good. It's getting on my nerves, y'all. To pass on that show saying that kind of road, because nobody not talking about it. I don't know if they have Nenen and Power. That are the contractors. Look at that. Y'all think that's a thing? It's taking me over half an hour to get from point A to point B on the show, say, and I on a whole roller coaster. Nobody not complaining, nobody not saying nothing. They just accepting the things that has passed as normal in this country. Not now y'all have a sign there right next to the health center. I mean, if in case of an emergency, somebody have to come to the health center. Y'all have a big old construction cone there. As if the cone's supposed to complete the road or fix the road. Because it's not adding up for me. And I washed it this morning. I fed up. I just changed suspension, whatever they're calling it, on my vehicle. My vehicle already doing glock glock. My vehicle, my car not even 10 years yet. My kind of mess is keep to my Louis jumping that whole 2 part 2. I cannot take it on you. Look at that. And the traffic not even moving up because we have to get away. Look at that. Y'all think that's normal? Look at that. No, now they have that there. Y'all doing something, do it in a speedily fashion. Like person Pakapale. Y'all see the state of the road? Watch that. You think that's normal? In the city of Castries, Christmas season, that's when everybody passing. Y'all taking how long to fix that damn road? I frustrated.
Mi lot la Stephen singing. Mi lot la. Kag luka ding. Mi lot la. Kag luka ding. Mi kombas biyan ba la. Uwe kuma. Kag luka ding. Ye lai. Kag luka ding. Sa nepot tim na bayan ding. Kuban. Le moun ka complain se zora fâché. E lai, le moun ka complain zora fâché. Ouay kuma. Ga gloka ding. Mishima. Ouay? Esse ouay. Ga gloka ding. Ouay. Mili. Ga gloka ding. Chima pa bon la rechous. Chima pa bon, ouay kuma. A transport ni pou do bout. Ouay? Oui. A transport ni pou do bout. De transport pa ha pase la Stephen King. Goban. Kase go tout sa ki la rechous. La rechous vie fort. E lai. La rechous vie fort. On men pa mele. Sa gle fâché. Ah, ça voulait fâcher. Ouais, c'est go tout à gouma. Oui, si un transport de bout là, l'autre là pas passer. Comprends? Okay.
Citizens raising their voices in anger, justifiably so. The last clip showed the poor road conditions in the section of Larry Seuss V4, and before that you heard from Cherish the Times venting about the deplorable state of the Chaussee Road in Castries. Mr. Infrastructure Minister, deal with those issues. Those are very important issues, and let us not be distracted by other things that are mundane, that are ordinary. You know, people meeting somewhere, congregating, whether it's with your staff, your friends, etc. As a matter of fact, that's not even your business, you know. And when institutions, there's certain institutions that are set up to address critical issues affecting workers in this country, they remain silent. Where is the Civil Service Association to address issues of that nature? When a government minister can attack staff from his ministry, where is the Civil Service Association? And also, the minister with responsibility for the public service, and where is the Prime Minister of this country as well? 452-2979, 452-2979. Your WhatsApp calls and messages, 716-2026, 716-2026. Good afternoon to you. Amanda, what is happening in the chat room?
Good afternoon, Timothy. Good afternoon, NewsSpinners. Tim, someone says your vacation is too long.
Well, I mean, I worked from January up until December. It's only fair that I take a break, okay? And I know that 2025 will be a challenging year. I have to take all the rest in that's possible, so that I could regenerate, come back in the new year fresh and ready to go.
All right. Another comment for Minister of Government to call the two women sushi is beyond me. Someone says, and what makes it worse is that there are women as government ministers and they are not saying anything about what the minister is talking about. Women Lucians, open up your mouth. Another comment, freedom of association is only for SLP candidates and supporters. Someone says RF needs to be attacking the criminals instead of the general public, including his staff. Another comment, what's wrong with that? SLP rewarded King for leaking documents. Another comment, this minister is really disgusting. When will he stop? I don't know how people place this type of low-life gutter mouth of a politician back into politics and the House of Parliament. Another comment, team, I am asking that Riani call the station to defend these utterances. Another comment, did you expect anything better from the minister? He would know that because he used to boast about how he had his people in authority providing him with whatever information he wanted and used to flaunt it all over his show. What goes around comes back around.
We have our first caller line. Good afternoon to you. This is NewsSpin. You're on the air.
Good day to you.
Yes, good afternoon to you, caller.
For the last few days, I will be troubling you quite often.
That's okay. It's understandable.
So I'm on the plight of view fortunes again. Now, mind you, I'm not a view fortune team, but I apply my trade mostly in Viewfort. So I have to defend Viewfort as much as they refuse to speak for themselves. I heard two clips where two different persons from Viewfort is now speaking up. I hope more comes out. But Tim, Viewfortians really need to understand that we in the South, underneath a Labour Party government, deserve nothing but Zodi. The worst. The airport was too big for us, they cutting down on it. The hospital was too big for us, they cutting down on it. Who are we in the South to have a racetrack? They stopped it. Who are we in the South to have a cruise port? They stopped it. Now, mind you, they have other islands that are taking on those projects. Huh? The same company that left the airport is already in St. Vincent. And then that same Val Gonzalez is coming and tell us here that labor is good for us. But he's taking everything that Flabo came up with. He's taking it. He building his airport already. How nice. But he's telling us labor is good for us. Tim, you remember the dump, the rubbish dump that Alan Chasney covered up, okay? Because he felt that area, that whole area was prime investment land. Tim, there's a big portion of that dump open up with rubbish already, okay? How can you tell me, a government, you got the place covered already, and you now having the dump? Basically, you've already reopened the dump, Tim. What they were doing there, they were loading rubbish to bring up to Castries in the Deglo place. But right now, they're still doing that. But if you pass there, you'll realize a whole section of the area opened up again. Okay? How can you allow that? That is what view fortunes are worth. Et janvier for pli, sans hot yo pa ka we clair. En côté, Kate mouche vie fort, pas de sa fan, ni vie fort. Sou pas di mouche pas couvre ou comprendre. Yo couvre bagay la. Actuellement gouvernement ça zo vote bay la vie. Et yo ha vie ouvert bagay la côté. Please ordi ya ka simen là encore. What are we worth in Viewfort? Rubbish alone? And Viewfortians refuse to see that? I am hoping and praying that one day Viewfortians will open their eyes, Tim, and to stop receiving the little handout they're getting from Kenya and the Labour Party, and vote for a government that is willing to give them work to do, work to put more money in their pockets and food on their table without waiting for a politician to pass by and help them with a tank of gas and a little compensation towards their funeral expenses. That's all y'all worth? That's all y'all worth in Viewfort? Viewfortians, open your eyes. Team, have a good day.
You too, sir. Thank you so much for calling. 452-2979, WhatsApp calls and messages 716-2026, 716-2026. Think we have another call on the line. Good afternoon to you. You are on the air.
Yes, Tim, how are you doing?
I'm okay, caller. Good afternoon to you.
Well, Tim, I was hoping we had early elections for this past couple of years. Tim, we have been facing all forms of problems, all forms. If it's today, it's this, tomorrow, it's that. And Tim, I just want to say it is on behalf of women of this great country of ours that it is time for women to step up and not be silent again. Those guys, Richard Frederick and all the other guys that support him, have a history of bashing women, and it will not stop now. And I believe that the opposition, with all what is happening, from Richard Frederick having documents of everybody to all these statements that he's been giving, that by now we should have already made this man resign. You understand? Because if you see the state of Castro Central and what is happening at housing, the $10 million for housing, nothing has been coming to fruition. And yet still we are here talking about the same problems over and over and over and over again. When will we now take to the streets, shut down the country, put an interim government in place? Philip JP is busy in Dominica signing, cutting ribbon for the airport in Dominica because he said all solutions will go to Dominica to get an airport, and our airport is closed. They closed down the Kakabef for their own malice behaviors. And try to blame the opposition. Stevenson King stop all road projects. Today, no inquiry has happened on the road projects. Based on what he said, corruption was happening on the road projects. $265 million has been borrowed to fix up St. Jude's Hospital. Till a day like today, 4 years now, St. Jude's haven't been open. There's a silent genocide is happening at our hospitals, team. Every day a baby is dying. Every day elder person is dying. Every day somebody is suffering from accidents on our highways, and they do not have blood. They do not have adequate doctors to fulfill the task. Where is the Minister of Health? Where is the Minister of Justice? Where is the Minister of External Affairs? Where is the Minister of Home Affairs? We have lost our very fabric that used to hold this great nation together. And Derek Walcott right now is rolling in his grave to see what this great country has become to. I'm calling for early elections. I'm calling for the entire cabinet to resign and put the interim government in power. We need our $3.4 billion that has been gone to the Chinese, which we'll never get back. There's a lot of things happening, Tim, and it will be Mount Jimmy to climb any other government to come in power to fix the problems we have, Tim. I thank you.
Thank you so much for calling, sir. 452-2979, WhatsApp calls and messages 716-2026. Back to you, Amanda, and the folks in the chat room.
Someone says St. Lucia is too much about party and not togetherness. These parties don't know how to unite the people. Another comment, can a government made up of criminals be successful in the fight against crime? Someone says Team St. Lucians don't see the government getting rid of St. Lucians one by one to replace them with Chinese nationals who's coming soon, which we already have some on the island. Another comment, Team people do not eat roads. Someone says the homicides continue and not a word. Where is the crime prevention minister? What is he preventing? Someone says, hey, look it. I tell you this government minister is dangerous to society because he's only threatening people that goes against him. It looks like St. Lucians have no more freedom of speech. Another comment, yeah, these contractors need to work and control traffic same time. They bring in more drama on the government.
We have a call. Good afternoon to you. This is NewsSpin. You're on the air.
Good afternoon, Mr. Tim.
Yes, sir. Good afternoon to you, caller.
Mr. Tim, I raised up here, and I didn't go to college and high school, but I went to the RC school. But I always raise up and hearing my parents them saying, boy, education is a key, but education is not all. and I'm seeing it. I see him as a lawyer, as Richard Frederick, and a minister of government. And this man not growing up at all, man. This man always on a margin. MP, I will tell you something. Some people are afraid to talk to you. I don't disrespect you, but I will give you a piece of my mind. Man, stop playing little boy game. You're a big man, you're a grown-up man. You need to respect the people in this country, and you need to respect yourself. And if you don't have respect for yourself, there is no way you'll have respect for people. You're calling them people all kind of nasty names, guys. Like, that's a fact of condom. We saw government, we saw lawyer who represent a Shaimon Alodius. We saw MP who can represent a set list. Even you don't give a damn with recent solutions. You know what I'm saying? But step up, man. I hope this year is ending and you will step up, you will pull up your socks. And Mr. Tim, the other one again, I'm wishing you the best Christmas, the best New Year, you and the lady that are working there. And remember that, Mr. Tim, once you is a performer, obstacles will be in your way. NewsSpin is one of the greatest and the, how do you call it? I heard it on NewsSpin is
the most monitored talk show in the world.
That's right. Now, NewsSpin is not just NewsSpin. It's the person that behind NewsSpin, and it is Mr. Timothy Poleon. He's the man that gives that NewsSpin that name. Don't let nobody distract you, my brother. Okay?
All right.
Have a wonderful New Year coming and enjoy your Christmas. You and Kimani.
Same to you, sir.
All right.
All right. Thank you so much for calling. Still to come, some more of your calls and your WhatsApp messages, and we'll be hearing from a particular lady. Her name is Anatha Serio. This is the most monitored talk show in the world, NewsSpin.
It all started with a penny. For over 85 years, we have invested in our farmers, fishermen, people, and our country. When we were called to serve, we were here. We understand what is valuable to our people and our country. That is why we support all industries, including tourism. We are the bridge towards a brighter future and economic growth. When our people, government, and businesses called upon us, we were here. 85 years later, First National Bank St. Lucia Limited is here for you.
Lazarus's Funeral Home is here for you. Lazarus's Private Cemetery offers a peaceful resting place for your loved ones. With tranquil settings, visitation, and reflection, we believe in the compassionate care of all our departed loved ones. Lazarus's Private Cemetery, let us help you create a final resting place. Make it special. Make it Lazarus's Funeral Home, your friend in a time of need. Payment plans are available for tombs. Call us in Vidbute at 452-7491 or in New Dock Road, VA4, 454-6555.
Lucilex Customer Service Office in Castries is now opened for business, but we've moved. We're now located on Daisy Avenue in Sanssouci on the ground floor of the new Carilac building. We're open weekdays from 8 a.m. to 4 p.m. Check out our online options first. But if you do need to come in to see us, we'll be pleased to serve you with new connections, bill queries, payments, and other service requests. Lucilex Sanssouci office, ground floor of the Carilac building. New location, same great service.
Ho, ho, ho! KFC is bringing the magic with 12 days of Christmas. Starting November 18th, anytime you buy a festive feast at KFC, you can enter to win amazing prizes. Just write your name and number on your receipt and drop it in the entry box. From December 9th to 20th, we're giving away a NutriBullet, Apple Watch, iPhone 15, and more. And on December 20th, the grand prize, an all-expense-paid trip to Jamaica with tickets to see Vibes Cartel at the Freedom Street concert. Don't miss the holiday kickoff on November 22nd at Rodney Bay KFC from 10 a.m. to 3 p.m. KFC, finger-licking good.
Okay, Max, if I'm going to steal Christmas this year, I'll need a smart TV to keep an eye on the who's, a smartphone to call for backup, cash, and a stove to bake this ham. Seriously, I can get all this for free if I sign up for Flow.
We're Christmasing with thousands of gifts even the Grinch would love. Sign up for a postpaid mobile bundle or high-speed broadband and win big every week. Visit discoverflow.co now.
it is well known by all St. Lucian professional tradesmen and even homeowners that European-made tools are the best. Well, guess what? Europa Hardware is having a massive promotion on the Metabo brand of power tools. From impact drills to angle grinders, jigsaws to rotary hammers, sanders and hot air guns, all at unbeatable, jaw-dropping prices. Don't let your tools let you down. Come to Europa and stay standing with a proud in-the-hand tool from Metabo. Call us at 452-0763 or visit us in Massad Grosile. Europa, we service what we sell.
Are you so caught up with your busy schedule that you forget about your health? Let La Clinique du Corps take care of it so you can continue living a healthy life. There's no need to travel anymore to get the best quality full-body MRI scans with crystal clear head-to-toe images. Our GE-certified MRI machine detects any illness in your body with unmatched precision. For even better care, La Clinique du Corps offers the most advanced 3D and 4D ultrasound technology, ensuring precise diagnostics for accurate results. We also provide general health checkups for all ages, diagnostic testing including blood work, preventative care and chronic disease management, consultations with specialists in cardiology, neurosurgery, neurology, oncology, and more. Plus, enjoy the convenience of telemedicine consultations for your busy schedule. Why wait? Discover the invisible. Call La Clinique du Corps Diagnostic Center in Rodney Bay or Castries at 451-6559 to schedule your appointment today. Your health deserves the best because time is life.
Get ready for MNC Home Depot and Sunbelt's wonderful weekends on December 6th, 7th, and 8th. And again on December 12th, 14th, and 15th. We're bringing you 20% off store-wide. Plus amazing doorbuster deals. Need tools, paint, or housewares for the holidays? We've got it all at amazing prices. But that's not all. Save up to 50% off on our doorbuster deals. These prices won't last long, so get in early for the best savings. Don't miss out. Mark your calendar for wonderful weekends at MNC Home Depot and Sunbelt in December and save 20% off store-wide this holiday season. Terms and conditions may apply. See in-store for more details.
At Caribbean Pastouche Limited, we offer high-quality products from Martinique, and our ready mix is made with casting sand, not regular pumice. Compared to regular pumice, casting sand saves you in your cement use. At Caribbean Pastouche Limited, our materials come from porcelain stones, which is used as an additive in creating cement. Caribbean Pastouche Limited is located in Bexon, behind Essential Hardware. Give us a call at 489-0074. We're open Monday to Saturday from 8 a.m. to 4 p.m. and Sundays 9 a.m. to 1 p.m. Caribbean Pastouche Limited. Quality construction, our priority.
This is the most monitored talk show in the world, and we continue now with this contribution by one Anthea Serrier, and she is from the Opposition United Workers' Party, speaking yesterday during a Sunday Live program and on behalf of the Castries South constituency group.
It is with a heavy heart that I stand here to speak to you about the plight and the unfortunate circumstances that have been the lot of the ordinary man, woman, boy, and girl of Castries South. Brothers and sisters of Flabo, tonight, the singular message we, the UWP Castries South branch, would like to leave with you is that we, the constituents of Castries South, and by constituents, I mean UWPs, SLPs, those who are not politically aligned, every single one of us have been victims of loyalty and apathy. Let me repeat again. I say we, the women, men, children, boys, girls, have been victims of our loyalty and apathy. I will call our constituents by name: Hospital Road, Fouacho, Banans Bay, La Toc, Tapio, The Morne, Old Victoria Road, Cicero, Bas Saint Joseph, Goodlands, Marigot, Cooley Town.
The people of Castries South have been victims of noble, naive, and innocent loyalty to the St. Lucia Labour Party and their own voter apathy. You see, brothers and sisters, despite all that is frequently said about people from Castries South, despite the negative social stigmas that have been attached to us, the gross neglect by those we elect to represent us, and the repeated disrespect of empty promises made to us every election cycle that are broken the day after, we kept hoping, we kept believing that one day the St. Lucia Labour Party would do good by us, and that one day we would be rewarded for our unwavering loyalty. Instead, brothers and sisters, our loyalty and the confidence we repeatedly reposed in the SLP has been repaid with neglect, disrespect, and blatant disregard that is manifested in the widespread underdevelopment of our constituency. We say no more. In the lead up to the 2021 general elections, we were told all manners of untruths about the Viewfort lands and the DSH project. We were told that the UWP government sold lands cheaply to foreigners, and that the UWP placed horses before hospitals. But today, 108,000 square feet of our banana lands, our patrimony, has been sold right under our noses, below its market value. All this is happening while many of us have no legal title to the lands that we've lived on all our lives. This is happening while the majority of the residents of Castries South do not own a single square foot of the land that they live on. What is worse, brothers and sisters, is that no effort has been made to grant the landless people of Castries South the dignity of owning a piece of our island. But instead, what do we see? An SLP administration who claim to care for the people, busy making deals and repaying political favors at the expense of the people of Castries South. We now see what the SLP meant when they said they were putting people first. And we know we are not the people they are putting first. It is not the ordinary people of Castries South. They are putting their friends, their families, their foreigners, and I will add another F, their financiers, the people who have financed their campaigns. Castries South, we say no more. We will remind you that even with the media uproar upon the revelation of the banana land sales, the district representative has not found it fitting to utter a word on the matter and to engage constituents on such disturbing developments. The reality, my brothers and sisters, is that a property that was valued at $6.5 million over a decade ago cannot, on God's green earth, will lose its value to $2.7 million. But this transaction, my fellow brothers and sisters, tells you a lot about how much the SLP government values you. That transaction will tell you they do not think you're worth much. They have no issue in undervaluing you and selling you off to the lowest bidder, nor do they care about you and what is rightfully yours. In fact, through this sale of the banana lands, the SLP government has made the people of Castries South at a minimum $5 million worse off in that deal, which robbed us and our children in plain daylight. $5 million that could be used to repair the dilapidated roads and sporting facilities. Yoka vanu en bapui.
You just heard there from Anthea Serrier of the opposition UWP. 452-2979, WhatsApp calls and messages 716-2026, 716-2026. And let's find out what's happening in the chat room. Amanda.
A few comments from earlier. Someone says, the sad thing is when concerned citizens speak out like this lady, you will find some political party hacks coming out and call her all kinds of names in order to protect the victory. And the housing minister will come out on his talk show and call her all kinds of names and go as far as saying it's a contract she wanted and she get it. That is the kind of behavior we St. Lucians voted for. Another comment, Stephenson King has always been a lazy man. Guy Joseph had attempted to enroll Stephenson King into a college. Someone says, where are the minibus drivers? Apparently they are not being affected. They always used to go on strike. What is going on with them now? Someone says, so we're the lady who says she stands up for women's rights in this country. Another contribution, the cutting down on the size of the projects, but it is costing us more. Someone says, Viewfort has a stronger foundation physically to build anything. Castries is built on the sea. Viewfort should be the next city because Castries can't accommodate anything again.
We have a call. Good afternoon to you. This is NewsSpin. You're on the air. Hello? 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 Okay, we have lost that call. Let's see if we get another call on line. Good afternoon to you. This is NewsSpin. You're on the air. Hello? Okay, suspect we have something with a little problem with our connection. Let's see if we can put this call on the air. Oh.
Loud and clear. I don't know.
Yes. Go ahead, please. Go ahead, caller. You're on the air now. Mm-hmm.
Yes. My first concern is Damian Gray because a lady that works at Turning Point go out and speak out against the treatment they've been getting because they did not sign OKEU's contract. And it's going to say the people had a choice to sign the contract or stay with the ministry. Okay? Granted. But you all closed down Turning Point because the people, the staff there did not sign the contract. You all did not carry on with the staff of Owen King that signed contract to continue with Turning Point. The fact that you all closed Turning Point. So don't blame it on the people that did not sign contract to say that they did not sign contract and they could have stayed with the ministry.
But hold on, caller.
You know?
But just on Friday or Thursday of last week, Millennium Heights Medical Complex issued a press release saying that Turning Point, the doors are open. They're offering their services. Now, imagine...
That is not true.
Hold on, caller. Imagine that same day, I think it was Friday, somebody called me and told me that they are having meetings for Turning Point, for former clients of Turning Point, who normally would meet at Turning Point. They are now meeting at the Castries Comprehensive Secondary School because Turning Point is closed, according to that individual. So I don't understand. Why would Millennium Heights Medical Complex say that Turning Point is still in operation, its doors are open, when that is not the case?
That is not the case because when that Sarah called last week,
yes,
the very same day, they called on to admit someone for 2 weeks.
Mm-hmm.
The people did not accept because they don't do rehab for 2 weeks. It has to be a longer period. So they try to send someone there to say the place is operating, and that is not true.
Wow.
You know? Yeah. And my next concern is them guys that work in Mon Road, tourist site, that's a project that's going on there. I mean, the road was closed from Friday of last week.
Mm-hmm.
The fellas had the entire weekend to clear the road, some dirt or whatever they dropped there to backfill. And you mean to tell me this morning that pile of thing was still there, creating traffic that all by Sanders, Latok, the traffic back up all the way up there. The fellas have no consideration for people going to work and school. No, man, that's unacceptable. That is totally unacceptable. Because, look, CEO William is working on the Millennium Highway, on the road. They never close the road. The fellas is working off the road, and every time they keep closing the road for their purpose. Sometimes they do nothing. What they were doing yesterday, they could not clear that damn pile of thing they dropped there.
Well, Cole, it says a lot about the authorities, huh?
Yeah, people abusing the power. Thank you.
All right, so thank you so much for your contribution. 452-2979. Once again, 452-2979. Along with your WhatsApp calls and messages at 716-2026. 716-2026. Let's try the line again. Good afternoon to you. This is NewsSpin, you're on the air.
Hello, good afternoon, Timothy. How are
Hi,
you?
I'm okay, caller. Good afternoon to you.
Okay. All right. First of all, I'm calling long distance. I'm in Canada.
Okay.
But I needed to bring something to the attention, Timothy.
Mhm.
Good Merry Christmas to everybody listening to your program as well.
Same to you,
But
sir.
I wanted to let St. Lucians know that the National Telecommunications Regulatory Commission, the NTRC, that's supposed to deal with telecoms for St. Lucia, have not had a CEO for this month will make it 2 years. Imagine a very important agency like the NTRC is without a CEO under the administration of the commission headed by Mary Poleon, Oliver J. Lawrence, Keith Mondesi, Jerry George, and a lady called Shanna Willie. Now, Shanna Willie was dismissed from the NTRC. She was the last CEO. But when Stephenson King became minister, he upgraded that lady's position to commissioner. And could you believe, 2 years now, we cannot get a CEO for the NTRC.
Do you know why?
Now, hello?
Do you know why?
Well, I don't know the exact reason why.
Okay.
But you cannot tell me, Timothy, because when I was commissioner or chairman of and chairman of the board of commissioners, we had umpteen applications for CEO. And as a matter of fact, we had promoted the senior technical officer to act, and he acted for over a year as acting CEO, given the NTRC an ascension process where people can move up the ladder as was done. But what has happened since Mary Poleon and the 5 commissioners were appointed? They've been traveling all over the world for what I understand to be on training and all kind of courses that did not apply to commissioners. And how can you have an agency like that with the board micromanaging the agency? How on God's green earth are you telling me that nobody in St. Lucia, we can have people appointed at OECS and all different areas, but nobody in St. Lucia for 2 years can be appointed a manager of a national telecommunications office. And it's micromanaged by the 5 commissioners. Now, there's a lot more you can depict out of that, because there was quite a reasonable position and support for a CEO. So I brought that to the attention of several people, and nobody really wants to take that up. And that my forte is telecommunications.
Yeah.
And I believe that something has to be investigated. That agency has to be investigated to tell me why we cannot get anybody, no St. Lucian or no other person, to head or manage an agency like NTRC. That is unheard of in the other countries of the Caribbean. Now, that falls under the same minister you're talking about for the roads. You know, and you know who he is, Stephenson King. You know, and from the time he appointed that board, there was all kinds of assertions that I was conflict of interest and all kinds of things. And I take it to heart, because you know why? We have now realized under the road situation that we talk about, the minister is useless. And I believe that the SLP just want to get rid of him, so they're allowing him to fail. Because you know all the things they said about him when he was under UWP. And they're now proven that he's a useless minister. This NTRC is under Stephenson King. And like the roads, he's just letting the NTRC go to the dogs. And I'm not calling anybody a dog, but it's seriously, there's a position for the commission supposed to not micromanage an agency. There's supposed to be a position for a CEO, an officer that's supposed to take care of the day-to-day operations. But what you have is the members of the board doing the micromanaging, going in there and finding necessary to even stay in the office, whereas they should be holding meetings and directing policy. That's what commissions are there for, to direct policy, not to do the day-to-day management. So I'm hoping that everybody who hears this today will let me, and in particular members of the NTRC, will come out and tell the media why for 2 years, this month will make it 2 years, they cannot have somebody qualified to be a management of the NTRC. All right? So if you're thinking of management, the road situation, and when you understand what's happening in St. Lucia now, where there's mismanagement all around, you will understand why we're going backward instead of forward.
All right,
Merry
sir.
Christmas to you.
Same to you, sir.
Congratulations again, sir.
Same to you. Thank you
Good.
so much for calling. All the best to you as well. 452-2979, 452-2979. WhatsApp calls and messages at 716-2026. Again, 716-2026. And let's see what is happening in the chat room. Amanda.
Timothy, a few comments from earlier. Someone says, even Karma campaigning against this corrupt government. Another one, where are the concerned citizens of the South? Is it that they are no longer concerned? Someone says, what I know is that St. Lucia doesn't have any government or ministers. Don't ask about a prime minister. Not even that they have in St. Lucia, only corruption. It says corruption in SLP, that's why they don't have a manager for 2 years at NTRC.
You have a call. Good afternoon to you. This is NewsSpin. You are on the air. Hello.
Good afternoon, team.
Yes, ma'am. Good afternoon to you.
Team.
Good afternoon.
I'd like to wish you happy holidays to you and your team. Thank you for the fantastic job you've been doing in informing the nation and the world at large about the ills of this country. Tim, before I make my contribution, I'd like to put in a disclaimer. I do not support, Tim, anybody, workers in any organization, whether the bank, the government service or otherwise, to putting out people's private information, putting out what you call confidential documentation and all these things. I do not support that, Tim. Mm-hmm. Okay? However, when to dry, not be looking out for rain. Okay? That's the old saying. If you are not doing things that are wrong, that are corrupt, that are unjust, you would not be expecting anybody to put out anything about you. In this day and age that we are living in, we have officials that we put in place, whether we vote for them or not. We expect them to do the right thing. We expect them, we put confidence in them, we expect them to manage our business, our money. It's our taxpayers' money. We are the ones who put them there, and we expect them to do things correctly. If they don't do it correctly, they don't have the right, Tim, because they are working for the people. Even if you see, they say government, they tend to think that people are working for them, but it's the other way around. They are working for the people who elected them. And therefore, they need to do things right. And when they do things wrong, and people expose them, people put the information out there, they are in no position, Tim, to go out publicly, to criticize them, to victimize them, to humiliate them, to threaten them. This is wrong, Tim, and I will not stand for it. My voice will not remain silent. What I have seen, and it was brought to me, the young ladies brought this to my attention. They showed it to me. I didn't see it on Facebook because I do follow all kinds of things. And they show it to me. And you know me, I don't speak about any particular minister of government. I speak about policies and issues. But when you will go and expose young women who are public servants, you don't have any facts, any proof. But to say that they give Tim or they give the United Workers' Party information and you don't have any proof of that, it is wrong, because you're exposing them to be victimized, you're exposing them to suffer, and that is not right, Tim. If you're doing the right thing, then What you're supposed to do, if you see information out there that came out, you need to denounce it, debunk it if it is wrong. But if it is the truth, if it is right, then you should do what is right, go and correct it. You should stand up and denounce it, denounce who have done the wrong thing, but not go and, like they say, shoot the messenger. You're wrong to do that. And we St. Lucians, we have become so callous, so frightened, so backward that we are allowing that type of behavior, that young people are going to be marginalized and attacked for seemingly being the ones that put things out. You know something, Tim? There are people and adults who support or who have been supporters of the St. Lucia Labour Party. They would call up members of the United Workers to give information because they themselves are upset and against the things that their own government is doing. And they are the ones that will call up and give the information, okay? They should first do their investigation because you're doing wrong things. And when it comes out, you need to go and find out who did it. But instead of just pointing fingers at people, especially young people, and attacking them, Tim, that is wrong. It is wrong, and I, for one, will not keep my voice silent. I will not watch young people. And whenever you attack young people, go after the politicians like yourself. They are in the public face, and they can stand up and deal with that. But do not attack young people, because our young people, it is their future. It is their country. It is all of us are going to go just now. It is up for them, and they need to be able to have the authority, the strength, the boldness to stand up, and we must stand up with them. And if others will not stand up and support these young people, if our women are going to keep quiet, we older women, and let young women be victimized, I want them to know I will stand up for them. It is wrong what the minister did. If it is he that did that, it is wrong to expose young people. Our constitution of the land is above. It says freedom of association, okay? You have freedom of religion, freedom of anything, and freedom of speech. You have no right to attack young women because you think they support the United Workers' Party and say they did this. So, Tim, I am saying I put my voice up as a woman, an old woman, and say I denounce that type of behavior. And as I stand, I end the year, and I'm telling you, I'm resting out for the rest of the day. Like you, I'm taking time off, but I'm coming back, even with more fire, with more vigor, to make sure that the St. Lucia Labour Party is stopped in the things that they're doing to this country of ours. Thank you, Tim.
Thank you so much for calling, ma'am. All the best to you for 2025 as well, and hope you enjoy the festive season. We have a call. Good afternoon to you. This is NewsSpin. You're on the air. Hello.
Good afternoon, Mr. Timothy Poleon.
Yes, sir. Good afternoon to you.
Good afternoon, Mr. Timothy Poleon.
Good afternoon.
And good afternoon to Amane, whatever her name is. I can't.
Amanda.
Timothy. Okay. Timothy. Marshall, you see there now, become like a war zone every night. Bullet bursting like it's Iraq. That is the Prime Minister area, you know. There are police station, police all in tongue, and them kind of bullets bursting. They say they have a new chief of police. A new one. I know his name.
Vanguard.
New chief of police. Right. You mean to tell me that man can comb the place? Our fellas coming down from Pave, from Wavin to 12, all where in the area when the bullet bursting, to Rouge, Baccarat passing all them different police vans set up. Those dressed like police. Come the normal way. And to get returns and get rid of them guns on the dog. Where the dog? Timothy, that crisis you see we're going through there now, it bold. Fellas are stopping, fellas are care. And I say it again, that message to the chief of police. They have fellas inside there that can do the work. You're sending them other places and work. Send the fellas out. Prepare the fellas and send them out. These fellas doesn't get no disrespect from people or give them contract to keep our place clean. Imagine, Timothy, you in the bank. Somebody come and stand up behind you and you're taking your money at the front. And you know the people at the back. The people at the front, you know, like the person at the back come to rob them, like they have to put their back at the front. People walking in fear. And ministers blasting their mouth, calling your name, say you should see whoever, all kind of nonsense, disrespecting ladies, and them fellas have nice children, but their children in overseas. You think anybody could disrespect them fellas' children? Nah. But they can disrespect other ladies. I don't support this thing. Now say Lucia is freedom of speech. Because people probably say either you are you, or you've let you. Now I don't give a damn. Freedom of speech. When something wrong, you have to say it's wrong. And they have two ladies in the parliament sitting there. They're bragging their mouth, talking all about things about money, who do this, she's so highly, whatever she's make millions, so she can go matnik. But she cannot talk about the two girls that they put in long, other women that they put in long. The lady sue for it too. I give in one and leave the other one. Both Bible and sue for it. These people, anyway, when you see election call, I want to see how St. Lucia will think. Because the Labour Party say they win the election already. I don't know because I myself, I haven't voted again. But I will talk for the right of this country, as my country. That's where I was born. I will talk and give the police the authority to do their work. Give that message to Honorable Vanguard. Give him that message for me, please. Have a good day to my people.
Same to you, sir. Thank you so much for calling. This is the most monitored talk show in the world. Still to come, some more of your calls, your WhatsApp messages, and we'll be going through some of your discussions in the chat room.
There is only one option when they arrive. Our services will make the dead look alive. With Bouteille and Beaufort accessibility. Remember, we have the only private cemetery. No one can match our prices from coffins to corsage. Personalized service you get when Lazarus take charge. Quality service, no package to make your wallet bleed. Lazarus is your true friend in your time of need.
Lucilex remote options are available to serve you every weekday from 8 a.m. to 4 p.m. Call or send a WhatsApp message to 285-6796, 285-7859, 285-3593, 285-3329, or 285-8640. Or send an email to customersupport@lucilec.com for assistance. Lucilec encourages you to use the available options for doing business with us remotely.
It all started with a penny. For over 85 years, we have invested in our farmers, fishermen, people, and our country. When we were called to serve, we were here. We understand what is valuable to our people and our country. That is why we support all industries, including tourism. We are the bridge towards a brighter future and economic growth. When our people, government, and businesses called upon us, we were here. 85 years later, First National Bank St. Lucia Limited is here for you.
Christmas in this year.
Can I have this? We have an extra $400 from Flow. You can have everything you want.
More gifts with Flow. With Christmas in, win weekly prices up to $10,000 in cash. Sign up for a postpaid bundle or a broadband plan. We Christmas in with free groceries from Flow. Plus, a chance to win weekly prizes and up to $10,000 cash. Head over to your nearest Flow store or visit discoverflow.co. Flow, we Christmasing. More gifts with Flow.
This Christmas, there's a warmth that goes beyond the twinkling lights. It's the warmth of family, of sharing a meal that brings everyone closer. KFC's Festive Feast isn't just a meal, it's a moment where every bite brings a smile and every piece brings you home. So get the family a festive bucket or the festive box. KFC's Festive Feast, bringing families together. One delicious meal at a time.
Crunch the holidays however you want. KFC, it's finger-licking good.
Get ready for MNC, Home Depot, and Sunbelt's wonderful weekends on December 6th, 7th, and 8th. And again on December 12th, 14th, and 15th. We're bringing you 20% off store-wide. Plus amazing doorbuster deals. Need tools, paint, or housewares for the holidays? We've got it all at amazing prices. But that's not all. Save up to 50% off on our doorbuster deals. These prices won't last long, so get in early for the best savings. Don't miss out. Mark your calendar for wonderful weekends at MNC Home Depot and Sunbelt in December and save 20% off store-wide this holiday season. Terms and conditions may apply. See in-store for more details.
Ever walked into an ice cream shop and felt overwhelmed by the flavors? Mom's eyeing vanilla, dad set on rum and raisin, and the kids going on about cherry chocolate and pistachio? Well, this Christmas, there's one thing everyone can agree on. Still, whether you're already a proud owner or expecting one under the tree, Still is the gift that keeps on giving. Powerful, reliable, and backed by amazing after-sales service. From lawnmowers to brush cutters and blowers, Still makes your yard merry and bright all year long. Head over to Europa in Massad Grosile or call 452-0763 and give the gift of Still this holiday season. Remember, we service what we sell.
Ho, 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 ho. Merry Christmas! Are you so caught up with your busy schedule that you forget about your health? Let La Clinique du Corps take care of it so you can continue living a healthy life. There's no need to travel anymore to get the best quality full-body MRI scans with crystal clear head-to-toe images. Our GE-certified MRI machine detects any illness in your body with unmatched precision. For even better care, La Clinique du Corps offers the most advanced 3D and 4D ultrasound technology, ensuring precise diagnostics for accurate results. We also provide general health checkups for all ages, diagnostic testing including blood work, preventative care and chronic disease management, consultations with specialists in cardiology, neurosurgery, neurology, oncology, and more. Plus, enjoy the convenience of telemedicine consultations for your busy schedule. Why wait? Discover the invisible. Call La Clinique du Corps Diagnostic Center in Rodney Bay or Castries at 451-6559 to schedule your appointment today. Your health deserves the best because time is life.
To have a strong structure, you must have a strong foundation. And at Caribbean Pastors Limited, we offer top quality aggregate materials at great prices. We supply high quality ready mix, cast-in sand and plastering sand. We also take special requests for specific materials that you may require for your building projects. Caribbean Pastors Limited is located in Bexon behind Essential Hardware. Give us a call at 489-0074. We're open from Monday to Saturday, 8 a.m. to 4 p.m. and Sundays, 9 a.m. to 1 p.m. Caribbean Pastors Limited. Quality construction, our priority.
Light up the holiday season. Excel gives you every reason. There's a special loan wrapped up just for you to make your every Christmas dream come true.
Light up your Christmas and lighten your financial burden this season with a holiday loan from Axel Finance. Plus, every loan gets you a chance to win your favorite kitchen appliance and grocery vouchers.
Light up the holiday season. Excel gives you every reason. There's a special loan wrapped up just for you to make your every Christmas dream come true.
Come in today and get your Axel Finance holiday loan.
When you have representatives that could stay here and belittle our women in society, comparing their lives to the mileage on your vehicle, disrespectful, with so many allegations surrounding sexual abuse, domestic violence, I have to say, shame on you. Shame on you. Those that exploit, victimize, and violate our young women. Did you know jungle justice is not tolerated in our society? But yet still, we're informed that they know a lot about crime. It has been said, you know a lot about crime. Imagine that. Port want to call everybody black. Port want to call everybody black. But I have a hint for the Minister of National Security and Crime Prevention. See, when addressing crime, focus on the where and the who. When it comes to the where, you could contact the U.S. Embassy. They know the where. When it comes to the who, there's a late night TV show that you can identify the who, and that's how I can help you.
The United Workers' Party candidate for Castries Central, Mr. Rosh Clark, once again speaking last evening during the UWP's Sunday Live. 452-2979. WhatsApp calls and messages 716-2026. We have a call on the line. Good afternoon to you. This is NewsSpin. You're on the air. Hello. Good afternoon.
I don't have much to say, Local Puff Daddy will stop one day. That's all I have.
Beg your pardon?
I say local Puff Daddy will stop one day. That's all I have to say.
All right. Okay. Thank you so much. I still did not understand what he said, but 452-2979. WhatsApp calls and messages 716-2026. We have another call. Good afternoon, NewsSpin. You're on the air. Hello. Okay, we lost that call. Let's try again. Good afternoon.
Hi, Tim. Good afternoon. How are you?
I'm okay, ma'am. How about you?
I'm fine, thanks. Amanda, good afternoon.
Good afternoon, caller.
Tim, I wish you all the best for the season. I pray that you will have a good rest and come back rejuvenated.
Thank you so much, ma'am.
Verified. Tim, there are several issues. The La Panse Road is like, they have some big holes like craters on that road. I think that road was fixed about 2 years ago, but I think they just put a plaster on the bobo, and now it is worse than it was when they fixed it the last time. And to make matters worse, Team, they have vehicles from one end down to the next end. So vehicle has to stop, go in like a merry-go-round to traverse that road. Anyway, the van drivers, I think they can speak for themselves. I don't know if they took Momo pills, but I'm sure they can speak for themselves. Team, an issue that I want to raise, I'm not sure whether tourism would say anything or have anything to say about this. A lot of our young people go on the cruise ship to work.
Mm-hmm.
And every one of them have to do a medical before they go on the cruise ship. And what I am finding out is that almost all the other islands team have a medical personnel that those persons in those various countries can go to. St. Lucia does not have one.
So they have to travel overseas?
They have to travel overseas. They have to pay the airfare. They have to pay accommodation. They have to pay for their foods, and then pay for the medical. St. Kitts has it. Dominica, St. Vincent, Barbados, Trinidad, St. Kitts, the Bahamas, all the other islands except St. Lucia. So I would really like the tourism authority or whoever is responsible to tell us why there is no special person in St. Lucia who can perform those medicals for those people in St. Lucia to go on those cruise ships. I mean, it's ridiculous. All the other islands have it. Why not St. Lucia? So I would like somebody to call at least and clarify, and if there is one, at least let us know where it is or how we can find it. Team CIBC, I think I called a couple of weeks ago, maybe a few weeks ago, CIBC. Yesterday I went, last night actually, I went to the ATM at CIBC, make a payment, a credit card payment. And there were free machines, and all of them gave me the same reading. This machine is experiencing a malfunction. Your cash deposit is being canceled. Free machines, all of them gave the same reading. I gave my son Tim to pay the funds for me today. He said he went to all free machines and all the notes were rejected, Tim. I mean, you cannot go to the counter and make a payment. Mm-hmm. You have to get Crips notes. Where am I getting Crips notes from, Tim? I don't have money to go to withdraw money from the bank. So CIBC, please put your house in order and give us the facility that we can make payments and you don't have to go on and do online banking. Give us other facility. Give us choices where we can go and make our payments. Okay? CIBC, the manager, do something about this attention, because I have heard other persons complain about it, but maybe they're too timid to call. But a lot of people are complaining about this, and they need to do something about this thing speedily. The year is ending. I hope that we can start 2025 on a new note, and this thing can be addressed once and for all. Okay?
Okay, ma'am.
There's one more thing, team. The passport, I forgot the name of the company or the organization who were like issuing passports.
The briefcase.
The briefcase. Remember the minister, Minister Poleon.
Dr. Virginia Albert Poyot.
Yes, exactly, Tim. Thank you.
Investigation.
Remember, she promised that there would have been an investigation. The year is coming to an end, Tim. We have heard absolutely nothing. So I would like her to make a statement and tell us where this investigation is at right now and what are the findings. Okay, Tim?
Okay, ma'am.
Thank you so much.
All right.
Bye.
Thank you so much. All the best to you. We have another call in line. Good afternoon to you. This is NewsSpin. You're on the air.
Good afternoon, Timothy.
Yes, ma'am. Good afternoon to you, Mrs. Nancy Charles. You're on the air.
Timothy, and good afternoon to Miss King. How are you?
Good afternoon. I'm doing okay. Thanks for asking.
Timothy, I don't think I'm that very old, but I am calling because I don't think we are really setting as a society the right example for our young women. And I'm trying to figure out a young lady like Amanda, who's there. She seems very young. With you, what is the tone that we are setting for the young people of this country? When we, as the adults, the ones who are supposed to set the example, the ones who are supposed to at least protect them, the ones who are supposed to mentor them, we are the ones who are damaging them and damaging their lives. And I'm speaking against the backdrop of these pictures that has been circulated, perpetuated by a government minister, Timothy. Can you believe that thing? Well, I can't believe that.
I mean, it's very serious, but you can't help yourself, but, sometimes just smile or laugh out of embarrassment.
Yes, because, and I'm saying again, it is the government minister in question. To be honest with you, Timothy, I expect nothing better. I don't think anybody else in St. Lucia has any expectations of this particular minister, because everything that has come out of his mouth, everything that comes out of his talk show, everything that comes out on his social media pages is pure garbage. There's nothing informative, there's nothing educational, there's nothing uplifting. So we do not expect anything better. And I think one of your callers earlier spoke about us having 2 women ministers. I with all due respect, and I hope it does not sound disrespectful, but we do not have 2 women ministers because they are acting worse than the men, Timothy. They are acting worse than the men. I have not heard these 2 women stood up on one issue that affects women in this country, especially when it comes to the government of St. Lucia or any other government minister. Nothing, not one word from these 2 so-called women. And I call them so-called women, Timothy, because in our world, as women, when it comes to women in politics, we are taught, we are spoken to everywhere that we are advocates for women when it comes to what is happening in society, because we do not expect the men, unfortunately, to stand up and to even understand what we go through as women. And you have 2 elected parliamentarians who are supposed to be women. In fact, one of them is the minister responsible for women's affairs, women's issues, and we hear nothing from them. Timothy, I want to say to St. Lucia, and I want Mr. Richard Frederick to understand that while you are pointing fingers at these 2 young ladies, and I have said it over and over again, sometimes where you think information is coming from, Timothy, it's staring you right in the face and you're pointing fingers sometimes at the wrong people. Because let me explain to St. Lucians the process, for example, of a contract. When the permanent secretary signs a contract, or engages consultancy with anybody, the process that it goes through, there are so many persons along the line. And I can certainly tell you those two young women pictures that I see being posted about, and maybe the nature of their work at the ministry, they do not have access to that information at all. And the minister knows that as well. They don't have access to that kind of information, Timothy. So when the permanent secretary signed those contracts, these things go through a particular process. It goes through the accountant in your office, then it is uploaded onto SmartStream. It goes through certain accounts clerk in Accountant General's department. So the people that you think that have access to it, Timothy, they don't have access to it at all. So I will say to Richard Frederick, leave the young ladies alone. And as a caller rightly said, where is the union for the public servants in this matter, Timothy? Where is the CSA? Is it because that you have a member of the CSA who's the president of the St. Lucia Labour Party youth arm on the board, sitting as a member of the CSA? Is it that the president of the CSA, the day after she became the president, we saw pictures of her on her motorbike with her SLP stars and all over social media, that she's a strong supporter of the Labour Party? Is it because these allegations are being made because it is perceived that these two young women support UWP, that you're not standing up for them? Where are you? Why are you not standing up for these public servants? Why are you not calling out the minister? Why is the CSA not issuing a statement denouncing that type of behavior as to what is happening? Timothy, our country is going down to the dogs, and we are going very fast. But I can say one thing I am very heartened by. I have listened to your callers, and I want to say bravo to St. Lucia. We are getting there very slowly. But I want to say bravo to all the men and women who have found their voice, who have called out this government. And I'm not saying about call out the minister. They have called out this government. And we need to do more of that, St. Lucia. This is not about Labour. It's not about UWP. It's about St. Lucia and our country. And it is about what is right. And it is about what is wrong. So bravo, St. Lucia, and continue to keep up and to find your voice. Do not be afraid, because at the end of the day, if you are afraid, I can certainly tell you, team, if UWP comes into office and people don't find their voice, UWP will think it's okay to do the same thing. Don't you agree with me?
Absolutely.
And we have to stop it. It's not acceptable from UWP. It's not acceptable from Labour Party. Thank you very much.
Thanks so much for calling, ma'am. You too. You just heard there from Mrs. Nancy Charles. And let's take one final call, and then we'll have our NewsSpin news of the day. Good afternoon to you. This is NewsSpin. You're on the air.
Hi there, Tim. It's Dominic Frede. I've been trying to get on, but NewsSpin is not only the most monitored, but the most popular call-in show in St. Lucia as well.
We have lots of calls. Definitely. Go ahead, sir.
Well, Tim, you referenced my name earlier in the show, and I felt obligated that I offer a brief comment. Tim, I want to say that the documents which are in question, at no time did any staff from the Ministry of Housing pass any information to me. I don't know that anyone has passed in any information to you.
Well, definitely I've not received any such documents.
Right. But however, if they did, so what? Richard Frederick, while I sat in the cabinet, Tim, mostly every Thursday, flashed documents emanating from the cabinet, which I was a member of, and suggested that there were several things that were untoward with the then Alan Shastney-led cabinet. And he was very proud to hold up these documents and tell St. Lucia he has the proof. So if today there are documents circulating with contracts where no work was allegedly done, and they are coming from Richard Frederick's ministry, the most important issue here is, one, contractors. Did they do the work? Who got the money? Those are the most important questions. I mean, really and truly, it is unfortunate. Nancy has said sufficiently about the unfortunate circumstances that that surrounds this issue, and how the minister is such a bully that would vilify his own staff in the most inhumane manner, tells you the kind of individual that he is. The individual is sick and crass and has no place in St. Lucian radio, much less a St. Lucia cabinet. And so Tim is very disgraceful, and it is shameful. And it really is indicative of a kind of desperation from the St. Lucia Labour Party, who on previous...
We seem to have lost the caller. Let's see there. Okay. We have lost the caller, and time is very much against us. Let me turn my attention now to our NewsSpin news of the day. And the NewsSpin news of the day reads, Haiti gang massacres at least 110 people in Cité Soleil, rights group says. Here once again, our NewsSpin news of the day reads, Haiti gang massacres at least 110 people in Cité Soleil, rights group says. And that's the broadcast. Thank you so much for watching and listening to another edition of the world's most monitored talk show. My name is Timothy Poleon. Goodbye.